Namaste, Jai Shivai. I am here today in beautiful Victorian Alps, and this is Lake Guy in my back, as you can see. And I'm sitting here under the tree. So today, let's talk about how you move from gross to subtle to causal, actually. You know, a lot of you just keep on doing tapasya and lot of sadhana you guys go on doing, and it's hard to see what is subtle. So you see, when you look at tree, do you see water in it? Do you see life in it? Whenever you look at tree, or you just look at the tree that, okay, this is mango tree, this is oak tree, this is myrtle tree, or this is some other tree. So you see, inside the tree there is a water, right? It's water flowing in it. When you look at the lake or the water, you see that there is life in it, right? And you can hear the sound of the creek flowing on my right here. That is the creek which is coming from the glaciers and from high up in the Victorian Alps, and that is what feeds to the river, to this lake, sorry. So you see how water has life in it, right? And if you look at clouds, there is water in it. And when you look at this earth, these trees, there's water in it. There's life in it. So, do you look at things, the perception that comes when we are living in the gross world and we are still identified with our own gross existence, then you see that how we just go on looking at that this is clouds. We look at things separately, that this is cloud, that is tree, this is earth, and then it's lake. We do not see that there is, our perception doesn't come from the fact that there is life inside everything. This water is that very thing which, if doesn't exist on any planet, it's not considered as livable, right? So when you start doing tapasya, your sadhana, spiritual journey, then slowly, when you are not so much identified with that which is gross in you, and you start moving to the subtle, you start noticing how feelings just come and go, how your emotions are like ocean waves, they just come and go. So then you start realizing the subtle in everything. When you are in the nature and nothing seems separate from what's visible, there's no difference between this tree and that tree. It's all just one life, one thing. So you start moving to subtle slowly. At first you move to the subtle domain from that which is gross. So if you are looking at tree, then it looks like tree. You don't see that tree as water. You don't see that tree as life. But slowly you start looking at it. Things start revealing to you their subtle nature. And that's how you move into the subtle reality in your own mind and in your own existence. That you start saying, okay, my mind is subtle, my emotions are subtle. And even then, subtler than that is the manifestation of Kundalini, the chakras. It's even subtler than that. So to reach that, you have to go beyond the subtle, which is very much you can feel, which is easy to see, grasp and understand, which is your mind and your thoughts, your emotions. So you have to move to even subtler domain. Like for example, in these trees, it is still perceivable that there is water, right? Water's flowing in all the veins of the tree, the leaves and everything. But it's still little harder to actually realize how far the roots of this tree might be going, how many meters, kilometers around me this tree might have grabbed the earth from beneath, and how far the roots might be going, and how the life thrives in all these things, how the life is. So that's even a subtler perception. So from gross you move to subtle, and then you move to subtler, for which there is no gross manifestation. Life inside the tree, you can see that it creates oxygen, it creates this nice breeze, it creates this nice, you don't know how to define life inside the trees, or the way you feel in mountains and forest. It's just that throbbing life energy all around you. It's not that easily perceivable, only when you mind that which is subtle to you. So subtler is not that perceivable until the subtle in you starts to calm down a bit. It starts to go down a bit. When there is a kind of a silence in your existence, in that which you call subtle, there is a silence in your mind, in your emotions, only then you can perceive the subtler. And you go on moving from that which is visible to all the way that which is not visible, which is the cosmic reality. Like some planets, some stars are not visible to us. During the day you don't see the stars, but that doesn't mean the stars go somewhere else, right? During the day you may not see the moon, but that doesn't mean moon has gone somewhere. So you have to start moving from gross to subtle to subtler. And then when you are done dealing with the subtler, you understand the very fabric of cosmic consciousness. You start grasping that cosmic consciousness. Then you are ready to break. Then you are ready to break that boundaries of all the gross part, all the subtle part in you. In other words, you become meditative, really meditative, quiet. Silence happens to you. It's not the external silence, the internal silence that happens to you and makes you meditative. And so this is how you move from gross to subtle to subtler. So you need to see how you see things. You need to analyze your own perception and start seeing that what is behind everything that looks gross to you. Inside every human being, when you look at people, all you see is how they look like, how they behave, how they present themselves to you. But that's not just what human being is. Human being, the existence of a being inside the human body is very subtler. It's subtler than the subtle you can ever imagine. So you have to move from your subtle aspects, from your mind, thoughts, emotions, and all the way you're feeling, the personalities, the identities. You have to go beyond that to be able to perceive the being that you are, to be able to perceive the life that you are, to be able to perceive the manifestation of divinity that you are, the divinity that you are. You have to go beyond all that. So keep on meditating, keep on doing your Kriya Yoga sadhana, your spiritual practices that you do, and start moving from gross to subtle to subtler. And one day you will break all boundaries and be the causal. Be the cause, be the effect yourself. There's no more karma left. No cause and effect will rule you anymore once you break these boundaries. So I wish you good luck, all of you, and I hope you keep doing your sadhana diligently, seriously. Namaste. Jai Shiva.